Hello, my name is Aman, and this is my AI demonstration. Okay. Uh, Once we start, we can see that the zombies are actually on a patrol route. The red wedges is their field of view. The blue spheres underneath them is the next position, or the position that they are trying to track to. So, for instance, this zombie, we can see that its current state is guard, which once it arrives at the waypoint, it guards that route and looks around to see if there's anyone lingering. Moving between waypoints, its state is changed to patrol. There is also another setting called waypoint type, which determines how it traverses the waypoints, with cyclic meaning it traverses them in a loop or in a circle, going from A, B, C, and then back to A, and retrace being going forwards and then backwards. So A, B, C, and then back to B, then A. Okay. So if we go and move our player, the player can hold left click to shoot snowballs, and let's see, hold shift to sprint around to get around faster. E allows you to open doors. In this case, the snowman is too big to fit through. And once a zombie detects us, once we're in their field of view, oh, he starts to chase us. Oh, he is trying to attack us. Oh, and there he goes. You can do the same to this one. Correctly playing animation. And as we head down, taking out the zombies along the way, this zombie down here is an example of... Well, he was going to be an example of the retrace, but somehow he's going through a door. Let's get him out. Take him out. There you go. And now outside, we also have another type of zombie wandering. And these zombies, they don't have any set waypoints to look around for, so instead they pick a random location around them and they move to that spot. So every 2 seconds or so, a, a random point on the nav mesh is chosen and they will follow that point, and they will try and rotate towards it as they search for it. Each zombie has many states, ranging from wander, patrol, guard. The first three you've seen. Chase is what occurs as the zombie is chasing you. Attack occurs as when you're close enough and they're trying to hit you. Death is once you've killed them, the state is active. Yep, kill that dude. My very own /kill command. Alright, let's look at the code. The bulk of the code is in this zombie AI class. Full screen here. If any sort of waypoints is assigned to the zombie, then its default and current state is set to patrol. So that is if it's not searching for a player or attacking them, after some time it will default to either patrol or wandering, depending on how it started. Now if we go to the sort of main loop, So every 0.2 seconds, the AI is run in the main thread. The state is checked based on distance to the player, what it was doing last, and if it should change to something else. So if the player is nearby, it will chase them. However, if you have been chasing them and the player turns the corner and it can no longer find them, it will switch to wander. That way it has some chance of finding them again. And after wandering for a while, it will return to its default state. So if that happens to be wander, then no difference there, but if it was patrol, then it would go back to go back to its old route. If the player is in range of an attack, it will continue attacking as long whether or not it's chasing or attacking, as long as the player is within range. We set the animator states, so the animation states match the zombie state. So if it's patrolling, it will be walking. If it's guarding it, it will be standing still. The check distance to waypoint helps patrols move around from waypoint to waypoint by using the nav mesh and setting its destination to the waypoint's transform. We then go through each of the states with each method: patrol, guard, attack, chase, zombie. Patrol just sets destination using the current target. Select next waypoint. This checks if you've been using the retrace or cyclic method. So, in other words, how is the next waypoint chosen in an array, in a simple array? This is the wandering code. So after some cooldown before it chooses its next location to walk to, pick a random point inside a radius, and if that cast array, and if that hits a nav mesh, then it's possible to move there. Guard waypoint uses a coroutine. I plan to use this so that it would turn around as it waits, but looking around and the nav mesh movements did not sync up well. Chasing the player, we just follow the last player's position as opposed to the actual player. This way, we don't have to do any checks if the player is at the last known location, because we set this every time the player is nearby. This is constantly set. Attacking the player, we create a box collider in front of the zombie, and if that comes into contact with the player, then it will be destroyed over time. It will deal damage and be discarded. And for the field of view, this was taken from a tutorial. The bulk of it is just creating a cone mesh and drawing that in the editor. So all of this is basic vertex array, building up the triangles and setting the vertices. The scan, this main method, which actually checks for objects. We check if there's any colliders within the sphere, and then we color it based on to an actual cone shape and narrow it down to a list of objects based on this method. So we check if it's within our height bounds, and if it's horizontally within an angle. And that's about the extensions that I have made for this game. Those are just waypoints and animation states, as well as a finite state system.